Hi guys, we're starting a new project today. So we're going to look at the artwork of Yayoi Kusama. She is a Chinese artist and she makes some amazing pumpkins and she's very obsessive with these dots. So before we start, I'm going to share a video with you guys. It is in Canvas and you're going to watch a book. It's a read aloud about her and her dots. So make sure you check that out before you start the project. But here's just a little snippet of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to learn how to draw pumpkins. You're going to need 3 different color pieces of construction paper. You're going to need some markers and some crayons or some colored pencils, okay? I am going to teach you how to draw pumpkins. We're going to add some amazing dots, a lot of variety in the size and the color. We're going to cut them out and then we're going to design our pattern background to put them on. And if you notice, our pumpkins are 2 different sizes. So we're going to play with space. Things that are closer to you are going to be bigger, and things that are further away are going to look smaller. So we're going to play with the size of our pumpkins and our placement on our paper. I hope you guys are excited, so gather your materials and let's get started. All right, you're going to start your pumpkin with a big oval in the middle. Take your time. Then on the left side, you're going to make a C. On the right side, you're going to make a backward C. And then you're going to repeat that one more time on each side to make your pumpkin. Then you're going to make a stem at the top. Now I'm going to make my smaller pumpkin. Remember, we want 2 different size pumpkins. Draw yours with pencil first, like I'm doing on this one. You're going to draw your oval in the middle, a C on the left, a backward C on the right. And then you repeat that one more time on each side. That way you have a full pumpkin. Then you're going to take your marker and you're going to outline the pumpkin that you created. Take your time, don't rush, and then make sure you also outline the stem. You're going to then erase any pencil marks that you see around your pumpkin on the big one and the small one. Alright, now that the pumpkins are done, we are going to fill them with a variety of dots. Just like our artist did. You can make big dots, little dots. You can make patterns out of the dots. It's totally up to you. I'm going to start with my bigger pumpkin first. Then I'm going to move to the small one. Notice I'm drawing with a marker. Then I'm going to go back and color them in. You can color them in with your marker, or you can color it in with crayon or colored pencil. I think the marker is nice and bright, so I'm going to use the marker to color mine in. Notice I'm making a pattern around. Some of them get big, some of them get small, but you just want to fill in your pumpkin as much as possible with a variety of dot colors and dot sizes. Remember, you can always go back and fill in an area if it needs to be filled. Take your time, don't rush, and be creative with these dots. I can't wait to see what kind of patterns you create when you're making your pumpkins. Alright, I think I'm about done with my design. Now I'm going to need to take a brown and color in my stem. If you want to add dots to the stem, you totally can. Now I'm going to carefully cut out my pumpkin right on that black line, following the stem all the way around till I get it done. You don't want to cut into the pumpkin, you want to cut right around it. You can also make your outline of the pumpkin thicker. That way it might be a little easier for you to cut it out. But take your time, don't rush, and turn that paper as you cut to get a nice pumpkin cut out. Alright, now that the big pumpkin's done, I'm going to work on decorating my small pumpkin. So same thing that we did before, a variety of dots, sizes, a variety of dot colors. Notice that my dots are following the curve of the pumpkin. So make sure you add that to your thinking whenever you're doing this. Are your dots curving with the pumpkin? It'll help with the design and also help your pumpkins look like they're actually real and curved. So take your time, don't rush, use your best craftsmanship, and I cannot wait, guys, to see all the variety of dots and options that you come up with whenever you're creating these Yoko Kusama pumpkins. They are going to be fabulous. Alright, so now that I'm done designing my little pumpkin, again, get that brown. You can add dots or you can color it all the way in brown, but you're going to get that colored in. And then, like I said earlier, if you want to outline it, I'm outlining this one because my line was really thin. You can outline just the outside of your pumpkin a little more and it'll help you cut a little easier. You'll have a little more black line to cut on and go around. So after I get this outlined, I am going to get my scissors and I am going to cut my pumpkin out. Alright, now that my pumpkin is cut out, I am going to figure out where I'm going to put these guys on my paper. So I just kind of play with it for a second and I decide where to put it. Now I need to decorate my background. So I'm going to get some colored pencils because they're going to show up better than marker. You can have any color background you want. But I am going to separate my paper in half. That way I can have a bottom and a top. And all you're going to do is do two different patterns, one on the top, one on the bottom. It's whatever you want to do. You can kind of think about Zentangle patterns whenever you're doing this. You can think about just a variety of shapes and maybe do like dots on the top. Or, well, not dots necessarily because you did dots on the pumpkin, but maybe triangles on top, squares on the bottom. All you want to do is use your creativity and create a pattern in your background. Two different patterns in the background, please, and it's gonna be amazing. All right, so the bottom is completely done. I have the top done with a bunch of triangles, and now I'm just going to shade in a couple of sections just to add some variety up there in the top, okay? Again, your pattern, your creativity, however you want to do it is totally fine by me. Know that your pumpkin is going to take up some of this space, so you might want to be mindful of how many areas you're coloring in and if they're all going to be covered up by your pumpkin. So take your time, don't rush, and get your background all finished up. All right, it is all done in the background. So now I'm going to double check my placement of my pumpkins. I'm going to flip them over, do a very, very small line of glue around it to get it glued down. I flip it over, place it down, hold it down for a few seconds. Get that second one done. Notice no glue monsters, no glue seeping out. Put it where I need it to go. Hold it down for a couple of seconds, and voila, a finished artwork. Guys, wasn't that book amazing? And I hope you had so much fun creating these fun pumpkins. I mean, who would have ever thought putting dots on a pumpkin would have led to her being one of the most famous contemporary artists? What can you add to something so normal like a pumpkin or any other shape? What else could you add to it that might be a breakthrough in the art world? Something to think about. All right, guys, once your project's done, make sure you upload that thing into Canvas. I'll make sure to give you a grade. And your comments. Tell me what you would add to a normal object. Think outside the box. What would be something cool that you could add to a normal everyday object? All right, guys, can't wait to see you and see your artwork. See you next time. Bye.